Your news for the state of Tennessee in about 10 minutes. Tennessee in 10 starts now.
I'm Marius Payton. Thanks so much for joining us for Tennessee in 10, where we bring you the top stories from all across the volunteer state. And the top story today is that first alert weather day that we have out there. Stefano DiPietro joins us. And Stefano, very active radar this morning.
It has been a mess across the entire state this morning. I mean, countless crashes. We've had a couple of strong and severe thunderstorms work their way in. Here's a look at your regional radar. The heaviest of that rainfall now moving into parts of East Tennessee. We're getting a break in West Tennessee, beginning to get a break in parts of Middle Tennessee, one that we could certainly use, but we are not done with the rainfall just yet. We should have additional showers and thunderstorms begin to work their way in mid-afternoon going into this evening. If we sneak in a strong thunderstorm, look south of Interstate 40 for the best area for a storm that could produce some gusty winds or heavier downpours, but by far the biggest severe threat is way down to our south as we work our way through the rest of today. The rain continues into this evening, early into tonight in East Tennessee, then that all begins to wrap up by tomorrow morning, and we should dry things out through the rest of this week.
I'm Ariana Poindexter. Memphis police are searching for a shooter this morning after 8 people were injured outside an Orange Mound club Monday night. The shooting on Carnes Avenue sent 4 victims to the hospital from the scene. 4 others showed up at nearby hospitals on their own. Now, witness says she saw 2 men arguing before the gunfire started. All 8 are out of the hospital, but the suspect remains at large.
Unfortunately, it's happened so much. It's just another example of how sometimes we let what we call fun end up messing up our future. And as adults, need to be more responsible with our fun and with our choices, because the kids are watching, and they're going to imitate what we celebrate.
If you know anything, call Crime Stoppers at 901-528-CASH.
The nightclub is now closed after a shootout over the weekend that injured 3 people. The shooters are still out there, but police say they have strong leads in catching them. LaDance posted a message on social media saying, effective immediately, they are closing. A fight started inside the nightclub early Sunday morning. It ended with 60 shots fired outside. Take a look at this video. The Metro Council member who represents the downtown area says this wasn't the first time police responded to issues at or near the nightclub. He said that he and leaders from Metro Police have had conversations with LaDance Club management before this most recent incident. And the popular home store Kirkland's is laying off workers at its corporate offices in Brentwood. The office on Maryland Way will permanently be closed on July 4th and September 30th. That's according to a warn notice filed with the state. This will impact 88 people. Back in December, Kirkland's parent company said its third quarter net sales and gross profit had both declined compared to the previous year. The net loss totaled $3.7 million. During that time, 3 Kirkland stores closed and 3 stores converted to Bed Bath & Beyond home stores.
A beautiful way to celebrate America's 250th birthday is coming to Memphis later this month. The Water Lantern Festival hits Shelby Farms Park on May 16th with a lantern release at sunset. Guests can personalize their floating lanterns with messages of hope, love, and remembrance. Tickets are available now at actionnews5.com.
Well, police in Livingston are asking people to keep a close eye on your children and pets after a bear was spotted in the Hidden Valley area. They say they hope the bear makes its way safely back into the woods, but ask that you just avoid that area. If you see the bear, obviously don't approach it. And starting July 1st, feeding black bears in a no feeding area in Tennessee will be a misdemeanor. You'll be issued a warning for the first time. The second offense and any after will be a fine of at least $250. Lawmakers say it's a critical step towards reducing human-bear conflicts and supporting humane wildlife management. Well, thanks so much for joining us for Tennessee in 10. I'm Marius Payton. Enjoy your Wednesday, everyone.